Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about cutting people out of your life while you're healing, especially in the beginning of the healing process. Um, but it can come at any time on your journey of healing, like it has in mine. So, cutting people off was integral to me beginning my healing process. I don't think that I would have been able to really start healing if I hadn't cut off some people right in the beginning. Now, not every person that I cut off was a direct part of my trauma. Some were. Some were a part of that trauma. Some were simply just triggers for me. When I saw them or talked to them or heard their name, it brought up some really tough things for me. And I wasn't able in the moment to move past those and continue my relationship with those people. And then some were simply just casualties of the healing process. And that isn't to say that I am anywhere near healed from my trauma, because I'm not. But the beginning was one of the hardest parts for me. Right now, I'm probably somewhere early on in the middle of my healing, but it is exhausting and it is hard to maintain relationships while you are actively trying to work on your own mental health, your own well-being. So I spent a long time, years and years, probably a decade, trying to make certain people understand my trauma and care about my trauma in a way that felt genuine and important to me. I held on to those relationships because I thought that I needed them, because I thought that I couldn't heal without those relationships. And I was so wrong. I reached out to people and I told them what had happened to me when I hadn't previously. I tried to explain to them what issues I may have had with them or what issues I was facing in my personal life. And I got ignored and I got pushed aside, and my concerns and my feelings were not validated in any way. There was no concern or empathy shown from these people. And I felt like I had given them so much of myself and I bared my story to them, which I wasn't fully ready to tell. And it wasn't a priority for them. My relationship with them was not a priority. And so I stopped making it a priority for me. It really sucked hardcore when I started cutting people out of my life that I never thought I would. I thought I had to have relationships with these people for my life to have meaning, for me to be a good person, for my family. I thought that it meant something was wrong with me if these relationships didn't work. There is still a part of me that is bitter about these relationships not working, and that's something I have to work on. But I've also come to terms with the fact that not every relationship is supposed to work, no matter how you are connected. So, family, friends, whatever the case may be, not every relationship is meant to work. I lay blame with some of these people for some of the things that they have done to me, but I don't know, maybe they also have a problem dealing with my trauma, and I have to understand that my trauma affected more people than just myself. So I had a really hard time. It took me a long time, like I said, to cut those people off and cut them out of my life and take them out of my circle, because I was scared, because I thought that I needed them. And the truth is, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck a lot, like it did for me. It's gonna suck to cut anybody out of your life, but especially people that you're close with, or people that you feel you're supposed to have around. It hurts a lot, but it's going to be okay. And you deserve to feel whatever it is you're feeling. You have every right. So if it is anger, that's fine. Be mad. If it is sadness, be sad. You need to feel those things about the steps that you're taking towards your healing, because it's the only way to ever really feel like you're making progress. It sucks to be mad. It sucks to be sad. It sucks to be hurt. It's all just crappy. It's crappy. None of it's fun or exciting. None of it is. It's just not great. The whole process sucks. I don't have anything else to say about it. We didn't get a choice in whether we wanted to heal from something or not. That decision was made for us, and now we are stuck with this baggage, and we have to pick up the pieces, and it's not fun, but it is worth it. So cutting people off that are not giving you what you need in the relationship is okay. You don't have to be the one that is giving everything and getting nothing in return. It's not supposed to be that way. Relationships are supposed to be two-sided. Now, sometimes, yeah, in relationships and friendships and family, we end up giving people more of ourselves than they can give for some time while somebody is going through something. We support those people, and we give what we can, and we do what we can to make sure that they're okay and they're taken care of, but that is supposed to be reciprocated. That is supposed to be returned. That is how healthy relationships are supposed to work, no matter the type of relationship. It could be a friend, it could be a partner, it could be a family member. Relationships are supposed to work both ways, no matter what. Not your responsibility to do everything in any relationship. It's just not. It's not healthy. It's not okay for somebody to expect that of you. And you do not have to feel bad for ending the relationship because you aren't getting what you deserve from that person. If you are giving everything you have to someone else, you will not be able to give anything to yourself. And your healing journey is about you and not them. The worst part of cutting people off, at least for me, was in the beginning, I honestly thought that losing all of these people was worse than the trauma itself. At least for some time, that's how it felt. The truth is, though, that I had just come out just on the other side of this trauma, and I was just starting to see it for what it was. And I felt like I was choosing to be lonely. Like, me letting go of these relationships, even the most toxic of relationships, was me choosing to be alone. I wasn't alone, no matter how alone I felt. And if I had been, I had options for resources just like you do. And if you don't know what those resources are, reach out to me and I will help you find them. But the truth is, when you're cutting people off, it's not about you being lonely or about you being a bad friend or family member. It's about you choosing you. And you have to continue to choose you every time. Of course, there will be relationships and there will be people that you love to help and be with and do things for. But in the end, the healing process is yours. Your healing from your trauma does not belong to anyone else. It just doesn't. It's not their process. Maybe they are healing from their own trauma and you can work through some things together. But your journeys of healing will always be different. And you will never be healing from all of the same things as somebody else. So don't be afraid to move on or put distance between yourself and another person because you need to prioritize you. If they are a true friend, someone that values the relationship, they will understand and they will be there waiting for you when you are ready. And if they're not, then it wasn't meant to be. I hope that this helped shed some light on why I cut people out of my life during my healing process, and why I think that it's important to, at the very least, take a look at the people around you throughout your healing process and see if there's any cuts that need made or anybody that you maybe need to step away from in order to further your healing. Because again, you need to put you first. Thank you.